What's up? What's good, y'all? What's good? This one's about America, man. So, real patriots stand up. Real patriots stand up and tune in, man.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help you God.
So proud to be American. So proud to be American. The home of the brave, the land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American.
I'm about to go in too.
So proud to be American. The home of the brave, the land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American. I'm so proud that I live in America. Born and raised, I was made in America. Everything I own is made in America. North Colorado, but Chicago's where I raised. I've seen a lot, I've been a lot of places, but no matter where I go, I be seeing smiling faces. Now I live in NC. God bless North Carolina, where the weather's fair and the women are fine. Let my words ring out like the bell of liberty. Pass in hope to all the people that's hearing me. We live in a state where you can be who you want to be. So get the work in so they can see who you're gonna be. American. So proud to be American. The home of the brave, the land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American. So proud to be American. The home of the brave, the land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American. I'm loving USA. All the way from LA to the A. God bless America when I God bless America. Protect the schoolyards where the children play. Protect the children. Everything I buy is made in the USA. Made in the USA. All 50 of the United States. I love the United States. Red, white, and blue. Wave your flag high. Wave your flag. Beautiful bald eagle. Flying in the sky. Bald eagle. Statue of Liberty. Hold your torch high. Hold your torch high. I love America until the day I die. I love America. I'm proud to be American. My country's full of pride. Full of pride. All the way from the west to the east side. I'm proud to be American. So American. American. American.
American. American.
Land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American. So proud to be American. The home of the brave, the land of the free. We stand for what we believe in. I'm proud to be American. God bless America.
Yeah, man. God bless America, man. It's your big home, big baby, man. And I just had to tap in and just basically, man, it's the American dream. Dead, man.
Big baby,
The American.
Coming at you again.
Hold on, big baby. Hold on, big baby. Shut up. But yeah, man, is the American dream dead, man? Because I was just thinking about this shit, man. Like, it's to the point now. It's to the point now where we've been shown every way and every possible way that it's not American dream is not going on. You know what I'm saying? The dream was all of a side for black and browns who ain't sell out. For real, man. I'm gonna just be thank you, bro. Thank you, Lime. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. If you ain't seen what's going on right now, they got this new Joe Big Head, Joe Bitch Man, Joe Biden got the new thing where they're saying basically blacks and Hispanics don't even have the right to vote next year, basically, some type of thing, because they changed. What happened is that bitch ass nigga changed the voting laws last year just to win the election. He made it to where niggas could early vote. These people couldn't vote, this vote. They changed a lot of voting laws last year to beat Donald Trump, to get Donald Trump up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And they got him up out of there. And now we got this motherfucker Joe Biden in office. Now, the thing about Joe Biden is one thing about it is you have to realize racism is back. The racism is here. The motherfucking racism is back, man. The things that Joe Biden been doing in office for fucking 47, 50 years, they're locking up blacks and shitting on blacks and all this. And I'm not gonna make this a totally black thing, even though I'm a black man. I'm just making people like, I need to ask y'all a question. Like, do you still believe in the fucking American dream, man? It's to the point now where you got this 5G shit getting ready to happen, right? For one, they were supposed to push the button to start this 5G shit on the 5th of this month. But they pushed it back 3 times now. So what y'all need to understand is right now the airlines are pushing it back because the airlines are saying it's going to potentially take some airplanes out the sky, mess up their communication. It's going to fuck up their electrical shit. Now, if the airlines are concerned, why the fuck aren't we concerned as citizens, as people, as human beings? If you think it's gonna, if it's gonna affect airlines, if it's gonna affect airplanes and electricity, and you got to realize that it's gonna affect your body. While you sitting, because they just built one this year, in front of my house, like literally at the top of my corner of my street, they built a big ass 5G pole and they covered it up with a big skirt. So it's like just like a white, big wide ass white pole in the air, and they covered it up. And when they first installed it, they were testing it, and you could hear it when they tested it. Matter of fact, you can go back to my videos about a year and a half ago, where I was talking about it, when they made the power plant a few blocks from my house, made a 5G power, just basically just made the 5G power plant like a year or so ago, about a year or two ago. And then they installed a pole by my house. Man, they're finna turn this bitch on. And motherfuckers who don't know and who haven't done their due diligence, in China, when they turned 5G on, that's when the coronavirus started. That's when all this bullshit started, is when they turned that on over there in China, over there in Wuhan. Motherfuckers just don't do their math, and motherfuckers don't study nothing. Motherfuckers is worried about celebrities and entertainment and bullshit, while our skirts is getting pulled up and niggas is finna get hit from the back with no Vaseline. And I say skirts, yeah, because most of y'all men most of our men are not men. We've been broken down. We've allowed the world to break us down to the point where we don't even have a spot in our own homes. And I wanted to tap in about that too, man, because that's a big part of the American dream. We're living in America now where men aren't even allowed to be men. Men aren't allowed. Men have let the world beat them to the point and mold them to the point where they're not men anymore. And I'm not even talking about things like sexuality and stuff like that, because I don't give a fuck about what other people do with sexuality in their bedrooms. I'm talking about the realities of the world, man. Like, men don't even have most men don't even have power to dictate the pace of their homes. Most men don't even have the power to lead their families in the right direction, because most of y'all had took the back seat and let women run the world, and you let them run your ass into a deep, dark hole. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't in control of your situation, your life, your lifestyle. What's up, McMahon? Yeah, if you ain't in control of your lifestyle, you're not in control, man. And at this point, what's up, man? All right, hold up. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? You doing good? Okay. All right. So, I ain't nothing gonna stop the show, man. We're gonna keep rocking. Yeah. So we've allowed this world to break us down to where we're not men. We don't even fucking run nothing no more. You don't even dictate what you eating for dinner because your man ass don't allow the world to not cook. You don't allow the world to cook for you. You don't allow the world to take everything from you. You know what I'm saying? Our women, they've allowed the world to take everything from them. Think about it like this. Your woman, and I'm not talking about everybody, but say for the black woman, because I can only pretty much speak for me and mine. You know what I'm saying? The black woman, majority of the black women can't even do their own fucking hair. Majority of black women can't even cook. In America, I'm talking about. Majority of black women can't even clean or maintain a home. You know why? The world has took that shit from you. You've all become lazy and you've allowed the Asians and Koreans and Chinese and all the foreign people to do your hair for you. You've allowed people to make your clothes for you. You've allowed people to make everything for you. Now, therefore, we have no more skills. Humans have no more skills, man. Women have no more skills, man. And you still have them baby mamas and them few of the mamas out here, big mamas and shit, who could still cook and all that. But a lot of them are still slaves to the brands. They're still slaves to the system. We've allowed the system to come in and dominate us. And it's to the point now where it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense for anybody to still believe in this shit, because what they say to you a couple years ago, they told some of us you were non-essential and you were essential. If that wasn't the biggest eye-opener in the world, if that wasn't the biggest thing that could have woken somebody up in the world, being told that you're essential or non-essential, basically you're not needed, you're needed. And then what they did with the people who were quote unquote essential, they used and abused them to the point where they don't even want to go back to doing that shit no more. They don't even want to continue doing all that shit they've been doing for the last couple of years, because they've been used and abused to the point where they can't keep up with this shit. And I'm talking about the everyday essential workers. And that's going to be how the next shutdown happens. It won't be a shutdown like Trump did and shut it down and tell everybody to chill and don't spread this shit. It'll be a fucking shutdown where it won't be enough workers to continue the workload that's needed to keep everything going, because we, the people, run this country. We run this country. We run the country. We are the government. We are the senators. We are the fucking store clerks. We are the sewer operators. We are the trash takers. We are the fucking cleanuppers. We are the everything. Without us to work and operate this system, the system won't operate. And that's what people need to understand. We have the power, but motherfuckers don't have the power because they don't know who they are. They don't know their position in life and their worth. Motherfuckers, we've allowed the world to tell you if you're not a celebrity or rich and famous that you're not worth much. We've allowed the world to strip us to the point where motherfuckers don't even understand their place. You know what I mean? Food shortages, economic collapse by design will lead to microchipping. Exactly, man. Exactly. And that's the thing, man. And I don't like to promote fear and bullshit, but fuck all that, man, because we need to be a little bit scared, because motherfuckers is telling us, they're telling you on the news, on the TV, what's about to happen to you. The thing is, majority of us are so worried about the celebrities and the bullshit, the glitz and the glam, that they're not paying attention to the real issues. Put it like this. I've been surplusing food for years. Ever since I've got hit with the hurricane, what was that, a couple years ago, Hurricane Florence and all that. That taught me that I needed more foods, because when the hurricane initially happened, the stores and everything was shut down for over a week. It was like 7 days total. It was like 7 days, just a week total after the hurricane was over. So what you had was what you had. Now, I didn't have much money at the time, so I only had bought like $100 worth of groceries. I took my last money and spent it on groceries at the time. And it was like about $100 or so, or something like a little over 100. And even me doing that, man, I'm talking about, we didn't have enough food. We didn't starve it like that, but we started having to eat the same things over and over and over and over again. And people don't realize how much variety means something. When you're stockpiling and you getting foods and stuff like that, get your foods that'll last a long time, like cans and shit, but definitely have you some some variety in your stockpile. Definitely have you some dried fruit, some cereals, some this, some that. You got to have variety in your stockpile, because if you don't have variety, man, eating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again will drive you crazy, man. We was eating, I think like the last few days of the hurricane, we was eating peanut butter crackers. I had like saltine crackers and peanut butter crackers, and I had cup noodles. We was eating ramen cup noodles and peanut butter crackers after we ate everything else. And that shit was rough. You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize variety, man. It's important to have some variety. So if you got a stockpile, boost your variety game up. But I say stuff like this with the food shortages and all that. They told us it was coming. Now they're going as far as I seen three days ago on the news. They're saying that the food shortages is going to be in effect for possibly up to the next year. So they're saying that it's going to be like this for next year, like prices going up, food shortages going on for at least the next year. It won't level out. So, man, these motherfuckers have told us plenty times and time again that what's going on. And if you look about it, if you know anything about things like the Georgia Guidestones, if anybody don't know what a Georgia Guidestone is, it's a stone that somebody made in Georgia, and it's got, I think, 5 different types of languages on it: cuneiform, hieroglyphics, it's like 5 different types of languages on it. And what they're saying on there is they got to reduce the world's population to, I think, 500 million people. Now, what people don't realize, there's trillions. Trillions of people on this earth. No, it's billions. There's billions. I'm gonna look up the number. We could do the math, Google it, whatever. But there's billions of people on this earth. So they want to reduce the population down less than half. So that's why we have all these tornadoes, earthquakes, fires, water, flood. That's why we have all this shit, is to get rid of all the small people who are not the native people, the natural people. It's getting rid of all the native natural people who are not with the bullshit. Because you have villages and places on earth where people have been living like they're living for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. And then you got nations like the European nations like America, British, and those type of people who come in and they inflict their will and act like their way is the only way, when motherfucking Aboriginal, African, Indian, all mankind have been living for thousands of years, however they've chosen to live. And now these motherfuckers coming around saying if they're not living in the blueprint that the European man has set forth, then they're living savage and third world and all these bullshit statements that they put out. Because you can have all that third, first, second, all that. It don't matter about the place of your world. How are the people living in your world? Because if you look at the conditions of the people in America, we're like, I don't care how many worlds, whatever you say, what civilization, all that. How civilized is a person in America when we're fucking shooting black women 30 times and shit? Shoot a black woman 30 times. How civilized are we in America when we're killing each other like motherfucking roaches? How civilized are we in America when the police, who are supposed to be protecting us, are squashing niggas and shooting niggas and popping niggas like motherfucking mosquitoes and flies? So you miss me with that third world shit. it's a third world country over there in another place where they might not have a paved road, but I guarantee you the motherfuckers ain't gotta put money in 3 different spots on their bodies to walk to the store. I guarantee you nigga ain't gotta have a pistol everywhere. And I ain't talking about everywhere. Because if you pay attention to where all the poverty and war-stricken nations are, all those poverty and war-stricken nations have a European hand in there somewhere. All the poverty and war-stricken nations were armed and staged and set up by the European nations via America, Europe, Britain, all that. They come in there with that guns and that violence, and they knocking shit and shutting shit down. So all that that third world and America, this and that, America is violent than a motherfucker. America is very raw, very rugged. Motherfuckers getting their brains blowed out every 5 seconds. And you want the covers? No, my bad. You know, motherfuckers get their brains blowed out every 5 seconds in America, and nobody says nothing. Matter of fact, in America, motherfuckers get killed. I'm from Chicago. I'm born in Colorado, but I grew up in Chicago, and motherfuckers get killed, and in America we walk away and turn a blind eye. We're living in a place where we've welcomed the violence. We've accepted the violence in America. We've accepted it like it's normal, like it's the thing and it's the way to be. You know what I mean? We've accepted this shit. So miss me with that America's all free and land of the brave and all that. No, America's the savage land, man. It's the land of the weave and the home of the slave, man. America is the land of the weave and the home of the slave, man. Y'all, majority of people are so slaved out in America, they can't even think beyond their jobs. Let me say that again. Majority of y'all motherfuckers so slaved out in America, you can't even think beyond your job. You can't think or fathom a life other than your workplace. Like motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm gonna be off for the next couple of days, but I'm gonna meet up with my coworker and we're gonna go have some fun. Motherfucker, you're married to your job. Motherfuckers is only friends. Think about it like this. Majority of our friends in life comes from school and jobs. And those are the people you're forced to be around for long periods of time. So basically, our bonds are big. Our bonds, we're building bonds off the slave ship that we're in. Being in the slave ship for so long is how we developed our bonds and thought processes and life skills. So imagine how sickening it is where we're a nation of people who hasn't and cannot develop on their own. We're only what do you call that? Confirmed and motherfuckers only validated. We're only validated through plaques and what do you call that shit? Accreditation through institutions and shit. We're only accredited through going through somebody's institution, not what we learned in our life and personal skills and physical, mental, and trades and tricks and skills we learned. Because when I was growing up, you used to have to be something. When I was growing up, you had to have skills. You had to be good at basketball. The rest of the motherfucker wouldn't pick you on the team. You had to be good at something. You had to be a man. The rest of women wouldn't want you. You know what I mean? Nowadays, niggas done got skipped through the line. No child left behind. No accountability for nobody. Women ain't held accountable for their actions. Men ain't held accountable. Well, actually, men are held accountable. Men die on the spot. Men get killed and judged on the spot. So half of us is held accountable. Half of us is running free. They told niggas you could be gay, and then they told the gay people they could do whatever they want. So you got to have however many gay people it is run out here in their nation doing whatever they want with no accountability. This is a fucked up place, man. And look who gets punished. The real man, the family man, the black man, the American man, the white man. We're the ones who are getting punished. The real Americans is getting punished, while foreigners and violent criminals and heathens and devilish and top goons and demons and thugs and bad bitches and niggas and all that, they get promoted to the top, man. So it just speaks volumes of what we got going on in this fucking life, man. We've allowed ourselves to not be better. It's only a few niggas like me who trying to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like us, it's only a few people who even understand what's going on. Man, I have family members say, y'all watch your videos, man, but I don't be understanding some of that shit you be talking about. I'm speaking clear, proper English on this motherfucker, man. I'm speaking clear, proper English on this motherfucker, man. I ain't speaking Spanish or Chinese. Yeah, I got some hood dialect. That's because I was raised in motherfucking the streets. Down south in the streets in North Carolina. So, miss me with all that bullshit, man. Motherfuckers are just lost in the sauce, man. I bet you you go ask your elder, one of your elders, like your father, your uncle, or even one of your peers, go ask them what's going on with something modern and current in the world. They're gonna be like, I don't know. But I bet you if you ask them about some celebrity shit, they're gonna be like, oh, this and that, whoop, 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 yeah, whoop, whoop. And his girlfriend, and he was married to her, and they did this, and he cheated on her with this, and whoop, 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 whoop. Man, we fucked up out here, bro. We're fucked up out here. We're a lost nation on a stolen land. We're a stolen nation of people on stolen land, and we're giving stolen legacy, and we're running with that shit like some motherfucking track stars. Niggas are so fucking worried about NBA and NFL. That's another thing I wanted to talk about too, man. People don't realize our warrior class of people was stolen from us, and it's being stolen from us every day. Let me make that clear. Our warrior class are the alpha males, the big Superman. I'm part of the warrior class. I'm 6'4" and I weigh about 190, 180 something deep, 190, maybe close to 200. I'm part of the warrior class, but I have a family to fight for and protect. So I can't go on the front lines and do the a lot of the frontline work. I can do the political work. I can go to my local government office and start doing and I am going to start doing that, going to my local government and start doing some political work on the forefronts. I can do that. But I can't be out there like when motherfuckers marching and rioting. And I don't agree with marching and protesting. I don't agree with none of that shit. Because black people have protested. Black people have protested for since the beginning of time, and it ain't got us nowhere. Black people haven't got nothing. Do y'all hold on? And I don't mean to sidetrack from what I'm talking about the Warriors. I'm gonna go back to the Warriors. But do y'all realize black people haven't got nothing in America for all the hell and punishment we've been placed under? And then you got legions and generations of black people like me who have been sexually bred and fucking bred and all this shit. Because my mother is half black and half white, which is be Irish and German, I believe, something like that. You know, two types of European is my grandmother, rest in peace. And then my mother's black. That's the mixed slave breed bonding. We got so many people out here now that cannot connect to their true lineage because inbreeding and mixing has happened. They did that shit on purpose because they knew at a certain point you have to give the people who has done the worst some type of reparation, some type of payment. They paid the Jews for going through the Holocaust. They got paid in land sanction and land given to them and all that. They got paid. They got their some sort of payment for some of the punishment. It's not nowhere equivalent to what they deserve, and you can't take back all those millions of people who died. And rest in peace, all of them. But guess what? Hundreds of millions of our black people were slaughtered, treated like trash, mules, like cargo, cattle. Millions of us treated like cattle and cargo. And none of us were ever paid back, or even nobody even said sorry. Nobody even said sorry for what they did to our people. And that how fucked up is that? You can't even fathom the amount of punishment that black people have been going through and are still going through. You can't fathom how much they need our body parts. You can't fathom how important we are to the keys of life. You can't fathom or understand how important black people's genetics are to the universe. You can't fathom who the fuck you are. Have you ever fucking teleported into another boy? Have you ever yeah, man, don't get me started. Can't fathom who you are. And it's to the point now where the motherfucker who's dominated you and turned you into who you are now, the savage heathen, he don't even got to do nothing else for you now. He ain't got to do nothing else to you now. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself now. Niggas is fucking, it's over. It's pretty much over for black people, man. And I hate to say that, but it's pretty much over for black people, man. It's a fucking facts, man. This shit is crazy out here, man. Let me lay my bands down real quick. Here, lay down. Look, I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna wrap up something about the warrior class, man, because I want people to understand our warrior class is being erased, man. A lot of our young brothers, a lot of our young soldiers, all those young guys who was out here spinning on each other, sliding on each other, gliding on each other, and all that dumb shit. Those are our soldiers for our front lines. Those are our soldiers. They just fighting the wrong battle because a lot of us big homies, a lot of the elders, the OGs or whatever you want to call it, are not leading the young generation in the right path. And I'm not saying that we're out here supposed to be fighting and killing, but you're already fighting and killing. So why not direct that energy toward the real enemy? You understand what I'm saying? You take your energy of that negative energy and you direct that negative energy towards the negative person who's inflicting evil and all that shit onto your people. Don't that make sense? But you rather kill your fucking a brother who lives 2-3 blocks away from you. You rather kill somebody who you had an argument with. You rather kill somebody over a bitch that's fucking both of y'all. When she wasn't no good to begin with, she lost just like you. She didn't know this and that. She didn't know you knew him and this and that, or she did know and mixed it up. So y'all just need to just leave the bitch alone. People need to be thinking bigger and better. Our black young men need to stop making life and death decisions on the spot. That's why y'all ain't making it to be older. That's why y'all are not making it into your prime years. Because a lot of y'all niggas don't even understand how serious this shit is. I don't take none of this for granted. I mold my sons, both of my sons, into the best men that into to great additions of being men, man. Not trying to inflict no will upon them. I'm trying to learn who they are so I could develop them into the men that they're supposed to be. Learn what skills they have and what they're good at so I could harness that and make, harness their talents and make them a good positive addition to the fucking world, man. Because it's up to this next generations to lead this shit, man. It's right now, it's our turn as adults. Right now, it's your turn as an adult to try to make this world something decent. And then after your turn, it's the next generation's turn. The thing about it is we haven't taken control of the next generation. We haven't taken control of our lives. We haven't taken control of the narrative. I might be on here speaking to nobody, but I know somebody gonna hear what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna hear what I'm saying. Because this ain't nothing but the truth I'm saying, man. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm gonna make more videos about this NBA, NFL shit, man. Because y'all don't realize, man, those are our giants, man. Those are our warriors. Those are the Tituses and Goliaths and David and Goliath. Those are them. They're just useless and only able to throw balls and hoops and spend their money where they're allowed to spend their money and fuck the women that the government allows them to fuck and mate with whoever they're allowed to mate with. Y'all are dumb, man. Wake up, man. It's your big homie, Big Baddie, man. Share this shit, man. It's the realest live you probably ever hear in your motherfucking life, man.